Good.
Hey, I'm back interviewing my homegirl, Legina, from Horseman High School, class of 82, 30th reunion. Keep giving big ups to that. 83 people out here keep giving big ups to the 82. So, anyway, what we're going to talk about on Real Women Revealed with Legina, we're going to talk about single women. But before we get into that, I want you to give us your name, your age, your occupation, and your marital status.
Okay, my name is Legina Davis. I'm 30-ish.
Wait a minute. Well, I said 30 for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Graduated.
Okay.
I said you can do it ish.
Okay. I'm in my mid-40s. I'm an events golf planner. And what was the last question?
Marital status.
And I'm single and loving it.
Single and loving it. So we go right in on this then. So what is one of the biggest misconceptions about being single?
I would say the biggest misconception about being single is making preconceptions of what a date is going to be.
Okay.
Preconceiving or just assuming that it's going to be a perfect date. That's going to be my husband.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. A lot of you see women do that when they go on a date, that's going to be my husband. After the first date though, for real though.
I've seen it. I've seen even men plan that you can tell with their questions on the first date that they're going too far.
Okay. So you said you're single and loving it. So what part are you loving?
I love the fact that I can be choicy.
Okay.
I love the fact that I feel free about being single.
Okay.
And I love being single. It makes me feel that I really have a choice in choosing my dates. Yeah.
Options.
And
options.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a girl with options. Okay. So the big misconception you said about dating. So when you go on a date with someone, do you have a lot of questions ready to ask? Okay, are you this, where you work, all this? Do you go into this whole spiel? Not to say you shouldn't ask these questions, but do you do yours on the first date?
I do not. I go on a date just wanting to be comfortable and having a good time, trying to get to know them. I do ask, you may ask a few questions during your little playful, you like to do that?
Right.
But I don't do a drill.
Okay. Do you feel it's necessary at some point? I mean, would you date a guy maybe for 3 months or 4 months and you haven't maybe necessarily laid out some of your must-haves? Or do you have some must-haves already you know of? Or you just single, free, loving it, it don't matter, or what is it?
I definitely have some must-haves.
Okay.
I'm a big stickler on manners.
Okay.
If a man doesn't have manners, he's not for me. I don't like vulgarity and vulgar jokes on a new date.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have some guidelines.
Okay. So maybe into like 3 months. Now, let me back up, because when I've done this before and talked to some women, some of them said that they didn't necessarily always say it. They let their actions speak. So, you know, like, maybe I won't tell you you have to be God-fearing, and that could be your must-have. This is just an example. So you may observe him when we go out to dinner. Does he say grace before his food, or you know, things like that? So do you kind of just let it be and let him reveal himself, or do you really get into the questions at some point in time? I know you say you don't do it on the first date.
Right, I do. I think 3 months, if you've gone out a lot, you know a lot about that person. As far as me showing myself, I wear my personality on my shoulders, so I let him know after 3 months or a few weeks of dating, you know, what I like.
Right.
I let him know my religion, how serious I am, who I am, and then I'll start asking those questions as we go.
Okay. Would you be very honest if you went into him and just say, hey, would you just say it, or would you just stop calling or not return calls, or would you be very honest and say, hey, this is not going to work?
This is one of my dating issues right here. If I don't like him, I'm not assertive enough to be firm. So if he does something that I completely doesn't turn me on, it's like gross out, or I won't go for. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I just called you. I'm like, my phone's broke.
Okay, so
I'll play them. So I do the play.
Okay, so you play them.
I play them.
So you don't mind not just being up front You're gonna string him along for a while
until
until he gets it. So you like sometimes like, why doesn't he get it?
Right.
Okay, but some guys you gotta say, don't call me no more.
Right. I haven't had to do that. I'm smooth. I haven't had to do that. But.
Okay. All right. Great. So kind of ending up, I guess. You said you're single and loving it and you're free. What do you think about? And this is being, you know, really real. We're keeping it real, right? Real. Do you have some type of limitations or the way you think about being single and having sex or in a relationship? Just tell us about that. I mean, would you? Well, let's just say this. Are you okay with at this time in our life? And it could be different. It could be different from somebody having maybe a one-night stand when they 21 or having a one-night stand when they 48.
Right, it is different.
Okay, so tell us the difference.
I think when you're younger, a one-night stand, which we think it was funner, it was cool, is what you did, but really we weren't as aware. But I had some excellent one-night stands. That's great. But now I don't have a problem with one-night stands. I'm not a one-night stand girl now.
Okay.
But I think that now you need to get to know the person. What I'm trying to say is now I go with the chemistry.
Okay.
If you're having a great time,
it
may or may not happen. I believe in natural chemistry. So it may be one day. It should not be one day. It may be a week or a month or two. But it's about chemistry to me.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. So I'm glad you didn't name no names on
all of
that. But thanks for keeping it real, Gina, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.